All right. Welcome to Life Fit with DVD. Welcome back. Thanks for being here. Today, I wanted to continue on more with the theme that has been going on this past week on creation, how to do it, how to make it happen, and uh, just to get into some of the more, nuanced aspects of it. This is something I've been focused on a lot, a lot recently, and I'm practicing what I am preaching here. I'm talking about it, and I'm just trying to really hone in on what is going to work for not just myself, but you as well. And the most fascinating thing about all of this is the more that I practice it, the more that I really am buying in, and it's really like happening. And it's actually getting pretty exciting that it feels like momentum is building, and that's incredibly significant, because obviously if you feel like you're really building upon something, that's exciting, and that excitement will bring more excitement as long as you focus on it, right? The process of creation is a frequency thing, and it's one thing to, just want it to happen, and then, yo-yo when you want something to happen, and then you get incredibly down when it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen when you think it's going to happen. Um, you know, you invest a lot into an opportunity, whether it be a job or some sort of venture or project, and then when it doesn't turn out as you expect, you know, that can really bring a lull in your emotional wave, right? It could just be just very disappointing. And I admire the people that really persevere, especially emotionally, that don't get down when they have setbacks, and continually are able to just rise to the occasion. And when they do have setbacks, they don't let it bog them down for too long. And I think, just from myself, I have I'm always surprised with my level of resiliency, um, because it seems that even though it feels like in the past I've failed at things, or maybe have viewed things as failures. They really haven't been failures, and they have just been learning experiences, hard ones, I may add, but learning experiences that are taking me to a place where I am right now. That it's like, hey, this is a stepping stone. I've had to experience these things, because if I didn't experience these things, I wouldn't know what it's like for other people to feel the same way, to have these setbacks, to struggle for years in your level of creation and what you're producing. Um, so just building upon this, it's really not even a like physical manifestation. This really is an emotional manifestation. And I hate to use the word manifestation because it feels like such a buzzword anymore. So I am using creation, because really, I mean, it's the same thing. We are creating. We are creators. We want to create. We want to build, and build things that can help other people. So in our process of creation, we really need to put a frequency behind it, an energy behind what we want to do. And usually my issue isn't my resilience. It's because, I have good resilience. Usually I do go through those cycles of those ups and downs. But the more time that passes, the the lower the cycle, it doesn't get as low. It doesn't get as low as it used to be. So it's almost like a building, right? Higher highs and lower highs, or higher lows, right? From a trading standpoint of how you look at market structure. But yeah, I mean, you know, cycles are the natural part of life, and it feels like ultimately, even with these emotional cycles in the process of creation, it's building towards something that ultimately will end in a higher high, right? In terms of what I've created and how it has felt to create. So, looking at this emotional process, like putting this emotion behind, what you wanted is what you want to create. The focus really, for me, needs to be more on the vision and the imagination. And I realize that a lot of our world today, and the reason I harp on media so much is because media takes our imagination away. Um, I realized like when I was younger, I used to read a lot, and I don't as much anymore. And I think that has, in a sense, kind of damaged my ability to create and my imagination because when you're having somebody fill in what the imagery is for you, in some sort of story, it takes away your own imagination and your own ability to create these worlds, in your own mind for what it is that you're reading. A lot of that's given to us nowadays through movies and TV. So, um, if you can get back into reading, I think that's a critical part of really starting to manifest your own or create your own vision better, and what it can look like. So, really, what I'm building on right now is getting into the process of holding still, like clearing my mind, not focusing on just breathing, just not focusing on anything in particular, and just focusing on what it is that I would like to create. Imagining it, thinking of how good it would feel, right, to have these things. Feeling, right? Feeling how good it would feel to have these things. And you can use that feeling, that richness, that abundance, right? That you have had, in other things that you've created in your life, right? And you've achieved them, use that emotional imagery to color in your vision of the future. And I think the hard thing for me is, well, what is it? What is it that you know I want to create? And it's like I know, but at the same time, the path isn't clear. The how. So it's almost like I have to allow the mind the opportunity to just drift in space and be like, well, what would be the logical next step if I want this like big picture thing? What is the logical next step that I could take that might be the logical next step, right? And if you just go from there, right? Because usually something will pop in your head. Well, oh, I could build a website, or I need to get my message out. So, where can I go to do that? Where can I post? Whether that be X or, yeah, this is going back into the social media realm. But I complain about social media a lot, but at the same time, it is a gift and it's a curse, right? If we are a consumer of the social media, yeah, we're going to have our imagination and our attention taken away. However, if we aren't consuming and we are actually creating on the platform, well, we are creators, right? We are creating the life that we want, and all of the amazing things that can come with that. But you know, even with this creation process, there's going to be logical setbacks, right? There's going to be things that you can't control, that unexpected things, technical difficulties. Somebody just like completely rains on your parade of a certain post or whatever they have. It doesn't make sense to them or whatever, and then like the key is, like I was talking about, these emotional higher highs and higher lows. We need to be able to break the process of when we start to feel that negativity, where we start going down the frustration path or the anger or the resentment, or just whatever it is, of those negative memories and emotions that we felt in the past. We have to break that process. We have to become conscious. We have to slow down, and we have to self-regulate ourselves to be able to stop the process, stop the pattern, stop the program, and say, okay, well, what else could this mean, right? Is this something I want to focus on? Does it matter? Does it matter? Am I proud of my work, right? Does this work towards my vision? Is this something I still would have created, right? All of these things, even the negative things, right, are valuable feedback, valuable knowledge for you to build going forward. And ultimately, this is just a process. It's a trial and error process that we don't know always what is going to work and how it's going to work. So when you might need to do a little bit of investigation to our vision of research of, like, what is the logical next step. I mean, that's something you can use AI for now, where create for me a business plan for such and such vision, and it'll do it, no problem. It'll break it down in the steps. It will I mean, it will lay it out for you if you want it to. Now, AI is a whole nother thing. I have issues with it, because sometimes the logical solutions that it's giving me, I don't always. It's like very far off the path of what it's like. No, no, no. Maybe my prompts to the AI aren't good enough, but ultimately it'll take me down a very convoluted path that I find that just doing my own research and searching for specific things ends up more along my own vision than asking somebody else. Although it does give valuable ideas, so it's worth a shot, right? It's worth a shot sometimes. But going and asking, whether another person, AI, can provide those valuable ideas to help provide that next step on your vision and what you want to create. And once again, it's investigate, it's trial and error, and you go from there. So I hope this might have provided some insight into some of the more nuanced process of creation, how I'm experiencing it, and what you might be going through in the process. Let me know what you're going through. I'm working on building a coaching practice, and if you would like some help going through this process, just being able to talk to somebody else, experiencing a similar process, let me know. I have knowledge in Myers-Briggs and human design, and all sorts of psychological pathways for understanding yourself better, and navigating life and to live your best life. So if you like this video, please like or subscribe. That would mean a tremendous amount for me, provide me the momentum to go forward. But otherwise, I appreciate you being here, and thanks for watching. Until next time, see ya.